Greetings, everyone. It is I again. I'm redoing my Aragorn the Uniter deck. I played it the other night at the played a commander game, and in, what was it, 3 turns? Maybe 4. I had one-shotted one of my opponents, and then another one of my opponents got down to 1 life. One of them was one of my other opponents was runaway out of control, gaining life the whole time. So, yeah, this needed to retool this, but this deck just like is really, really good. And I changed a few things. So I've got in my 1 to 2 mana creature base, Selfless Spirit, to sack it and it'll give all my creatures indestructible. Goblin and Narcomancer to bring down the price of some of the creatures and spells and enchantments coming out. Third Path Iconoclast, you get good value. 1/1 colorless solar creature token whenever you cast a non-creature spell. Elvish Visionary is just value, you cast it and draw a card. Prince Imrahil the Fair, whenever you draw your second card each turn, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. Creature creation. Samwise makes foods and sacks foods. Burning Tree Emissary, ramp. Mo's Pathfinder, ramp. Law Royal Bodyguard, again, sacrifices itself to give all your creatures indestructible. Rada, Heir to the Keld, ramp. Llanowar Elves, ramp. Avacyn's Pilgrim, ramp. Now, Kira, Great Glass Spinner, pulled this from a Jumpstart pack a few weeks ago. And I've been wanting another one I used to have one and traded that off a long time ago. I've gotten another one. It's a spirit. Flying creatures you control have whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability the first time each turn, counter that spell or ability. Awesome. Adeline. I pulled another Adeline recently, which I needed because it's a human knight and makes knight creatures when she attacks for each opponent. Glowing is just awesome. Whenever I cast a historic spell, it makes a treasure, and I can sack a treasure to go target creature. Yoreth of the Healing House, Yoreth, however you want to pronounce her name. Legendary creature, human cleric. Tap her to untap another target permanent. Tap her to untap 2 target legendary creatures. Really good card. Like, people were speculating on this when Lord of the Rings came out, and then it went away for whatever reason. And I think it's still a slept on card. General Ferrus Rorik, perfect for this deck. Human soldier, hexproof, monocolored, and creates a multicolored, whenever I cast a multicolored spell, which I've got a ton of. Create a 4/4 red and white golem artifact creature token. Perfect. Creature generation. Theoden, whenever another human enters the battlefield under your control, target creature gains double strike until end of turn. Really good. Fairhaven Elf. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land card, put it in the battlefield, tapped and shuffle, ramp. Eowyn, she gives first strike and vigilance when at the beginning of combat to 1 creature. Then we're in my 4 or bigger creature pack. Rafika the Many, exalted. So we'll give, whenever a creature attacks alone, they get 1/1. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gains double strike until end of turn. Good. Crater Hoof, always good for turning everything sideways. Mangara for card draw. Blade Historian, gives everything double strike. Gimli, deals damage whenever an opponent's creature dies. Faramir, at the beginning of your end step, choose an opponent. At the beginning of that player's next end step, you draw a card, and if they didn't attack you that turn, otherwise, create 3 1/1 human soldier creature tokens. So, more creatures. Hero the Bladehold makes more creatures. Rith the Awakener makes sapperling creatures. So Ents, basically. Kaikar. Whenever I cast a non-creature spell, make a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying, so spirits, and I can sack a spirit for red, so ramp in there as well. Maja, Bredeguard Protector. Other creatures you control get +1/+1. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. Eomar, Marshal of Rohan, Haste. Whenever one or more attacking legendary creatures you control die, untap all creatures, and there's an additional combat phase. Really good. And then I forget this dwarf name, just because it's in Japanese, from Strixhaven. Every time you cast a spell, you create a treasure token. Steel of the Godhead, enchant creature, gets lifelink if it's white, and if it's blue, it gets +1/+1 and unblockable. So that's really, really good for Aragorn, because it's blue and white. Battle for Bredegard, makes tokens, human and elf tokens, and copies artifacts. Windcrag Siege, if a creature attacking causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Or Jeskai, at the beginning of your upkeep, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token, so goblins too. Tribute to the World Tree. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, draw a card. If its power is 3 or greater, otherwise put 2/1/1 counters on it. Impact Tremors. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, it deals 1 damage to an opponent. Takasa's Welcome. Whenever one or more creatures you control with mana value 3 or less enter, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. Then we've got Aqueous Form, which is an enchantment. Enchanted creatures can't be blocked. Whenever enchanted creature attacks, scry 1. You know, Tokasa's Welcome. Card draw. So, got my land base for all the colors, including City of Brass. Lots of cards lots of shocks. I've got some fetch lands, Maze of Ith, always have a Maze of Ith in there. I've got the check lands, crowd lands, I've got everything in there, except dual lands, wish I could. My instants, Clever Concealment, Pongify, Rapid Aerorization, Lightning Bolt, Counterspell, Path to Exile, and Enlightened Tutor. Very helpful in this deck. Clone Legion I've added, because then someone's got a massive battlefield out, I can just copy it. I've got Ramp in here, I've got a bit of cloning, I've got Disrupt Decorum, which is awesome. Goad all creatures you don't control. Martial Coup, which is like if X is +5, it would basically create X/1/1 soldier creature tokens. If X is 5 or more, destroy all creatures. So it's creature destruction and creature creation at the same time. Now, for my artifact base, Chrome Mox, Chromatic Lantern, Soul Ring, Skull Clamp for my 1/1s, Swiftfoot Boots for my commander, Aragorn, Ramp, food that it shuffles back into your library, Ramp and more Ramp. Ramp, and more Ramp. And Aragorn, of course. Whenever you cast a white spell, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. Whenever you cast a blue spell, scry 2. Whenever you cast a red spell, Aragorn the Uniter deals 3 damage to target opponent. Whenever you cast a green spell, target creature gets +4/+4 until end of turn. So I was like casting a green spell or bring a green creature out that did like 2 different things. He was getting +4/+4, and then I'd have a creature that would give him double strike or whatever, and I was just one-shotting one opponent in front of me at one point by turn 3 or 4. It was crazy. So this is a good deck, but I thought I'd tune it up a little bit. So anyway, I hope you guys have a good day. Hope you enjoyed this little quick video I've done. I know if I went for a little while there without making a video, but I get busy sometimes, so what can you do? Anyway, like and subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and I hope to see you guys again. Bye-bye.